Welcome back to Mind Trick Media. Today we're doing a podcast, and we're going to be going through some Would You Rathers that we created. So, you going to start with one?
Yeah, so we're going to start with a pretty basic one, but would you rather be a Sith or a Jedi?
So, if we're talking in their storyline, like, I don't know. But
Canon storyline.
like in reality, I would relate this to like a The Boys type thing. I think being a Sith would be awesome. There's definitely side effects and like downfalls to that, but like I feel like, especially the way our world's going, being a Sith would be a lot better.
Yeah. Canon, though, I mean, you see Palpatine, and then you see what he looks like from using the dark side so much that it's like...
but he's a Sith Lord. So,
Yeah.
like, he's using, like... I feel like I'd almost do, like, a vape head thing where I'd, like, tap into it. I definitely wouldn't be, like, in the Jedi Order.
Well,
Definitely isn't happening.
there is no gray on this list, so you have to pick one or the other.
I feel like I'd have, like, a Dooku
That's
role.
why it's
Like, I'd come to the temple, but I wouldn't be a part of it.
That's why it's a would you rather, because you gotta pick one or the other. Yeah, I mean, even in Legends, you still hear like Bane talk about how he's like 40 and he's falling apart from using the dark
That's
side
a really
so
good
much
point.
that it's like canon and Legends. Like Bane was 40 and he was like his body was starting to give
Do
out
I
on
get
him.
to be like, but like, do I get to have like, am I just like, here's a drop in, like, you're a Jedi, but you have no say in like what type of Jedi you are? Like, can I pick how important I am to the Jedi?
It's interesting because like a Sith, you're like one of two. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's your option there. But like Jedi, you could be so many different things. I get what you're saying.
I might. I think Jedi's a safer route.
Jedi is the safer route.
I think I'd take Jedi actually. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, I would pick Jedi too. I wouldn't want to wither away when I'm 40. So yeah, for me, I would also pick Jedi. So.
All right. So the next one we're gonna talk about is: would you rather fly in an X-wing or a TIE fighter? And I'm gonna put into this: you like don't have to be a rebel, and you don't have to be like a trooper. You're just like, which one would you rather be like?
This is really easy for me.
Like, which one would you like if you're just gonna fly one? Pick a cockpit, go.
TIE fighter.
Really?
Not even close.
Really? I don't think that.
For me, not even close.
I feel like like the X-wing is the closest thing to like kind of like similar ships to what we have.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the TIE fighter wouldn't be cool to like dive and do rolls in. The sound's better.
See,
It sounds way better.
I think when a TIE fighter's spinning though, it looks pretty cool.
Usually they're spinning because they're
crashing.
exploding. Like,
I know how.
I don't know. I'd rather fly an X-wing.
I know
for
how we
sure.
feel about the Disney movies, but one of the funny things about like in the 7th movie when Poe gets in the TIE fighter for the first time and he's like, "Whoa, this thing really moves." I don't know. There's just something about it to me that I'm like, let's go fast as fuck. Like, you know what I mean? I don't.
No,
get me
wait a
wrong.
minute.
I don't dislike X-wings at all. But like for me, I'm picking a TIE fighter.
Can it be an upgraded X-wing? Because like Luke's X-wing has more capabilities than what the other ones.
Yeah, Luke's
do.
X-wing also has like a relationship with R2D2. So
yeah,
that's
so
why.
like, can I get in his X-wing?
I mean, I don't know.
Because like I feel like his is awesome.
I mean, yeah, it's like we were reading the one book, I think, and it was talking about how his is like 33% better than any other X-wing just because of R2D2's relationship.
Just from modifications.
Yeah, like
fixing them. I still think I'd pick an X-wing. Like I feel like those would be super cool, and like in battle, I think it's a little bit better. Like you get more cannons.
This doesn't say in a fight would you rather be in an X-wing or a TIE
and
fighter.
it's
It
way
just said
more aerodynamic.
TIE fighter's faster. And
Clearly not.
And it sounds way better.
That
now,
the sound
I do
is-
tell
yeah.
you what though, I do like the X-wing when it like fires like the blaster bolts. It sounds really cool. I like it, but
Yeah.
like the sound of the TIE fighter is crazy.
I still think X-wing though.
I would pick a TIE fighter though.
Alright.
So we're gonna move on to the next one. Would you rather be more skilled in lightsaber combat or force abilities? See, if I had to guess which one we would be,
The child in me says lightsaber.
I know,
but
right?
The adult in me says force.
yeah, no, I agree. If I had to guess which one we would be in an actual Star Wars universe, I think I'd be lightsaber combat and you'd be force abilities for sure. If I had to guess what it would be like in a real
it just
scenario.
says more skilled. That doesn't mean I'm bad with a lightsaber. I'm taking force. Because, like, you're probably either a Sith or a Jedi, so you already, like, have lightsaber combat. It's just, like, choosing between, like, do you have Anakin's lightsaber combat, or do you have, like, Ki-Adi-Mundi's versus do you have, like, Yoda's force abilities versus, like, Ki-Adi-Mundi? No, versus, like, a regular Jedi Knight.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm taking force abilities.
It's funny
You're
because
a combat guy.
lightsaber combat, if I could go in there and say, like, this is lightsaber combat and I get to master all 7 forms of lightsaber combat, that would be crazy.
I never thought about that.
And it's like, yeah, people master certain ones, but, like, dude, if you could master all of them, that'd be crazy.
Does that also come with I can master all force abilities?
See, that's the tricky part about this. Would you rather? Would you rather be able to do all lightsaber combat forms or all force abilities? I mean, does that take away force abilities that are, like, forbidden if we're, like, going a Jedi route versus a Sith route?
I mean, no one uses Form 7, really, other than Mace Windu, so that would be, like, if you're saying, like, essence transfers are forbidden one, then, like, honestly, 7's kind of forbidden, so
Yeah.
he gets special privilege.
I want to pick lightsaber combat just because I feel like
it would be awesome.
But I am also going to pick force abilities.
I think I think if we were living in our world, lightsaber combat would be cool.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, even in their world, it's cool. Like, I mean, come on.
But it doesn't.
It's not like you don't have force abilities if you're more skilled in lightsaber combat.
That's what I'm saying. Usually, every Jedi kind of has, like, a special force ability, or not necessarily because they're the only one that has it, but, like, some of them, like, get rare or have a different one than others. So, I don't know. I think I'm still picking force abilities because on the flip side, you still have lightsaber combat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
All right, so for the next one, it's would you rather be Qui-Gon's apprentice or Yoda's? I think there's perks to both.
There is. First of all, their knowledge is crazy for both of them. But you do have, like, the aspect where Yoda goes based off the Jedi code a lot, and Qui-Gon goes off of that code a good amount.
Well, Yoda kind of helps create half of it, because then you have to look at, like, what characters that we see that are under them. So Qui-Gon's apprentice would be Obi-Wan, but then you look at Yoda's, which is probably a lot, but, like, the main one we see is Count Dooku. So
personally, I would pick Qui-Gon.
I think I was gonna say Yoda.
Go ahead. I think I'd pick Qui-Gon. I like how he's not so strict with the Force, and then also, like, if we're taking into account, like, the wills to become, like, a Force ghost, like, he was picked for that. Like, Yoda,
I mean, Yoda was right behind him.
Right, but Qui-Gon was picked first, which is crazy.
I think it's because it was whoever, like, I think Yoda finally, like, I think Yoda was in the same sense of mind of Qui-Gon with accepting the wills and accepting, like, there's more to the Force than, like, meets the eye. But Qui-Gon just kind of was like, yeah, this is, like, that's what I was going to say, too, where I feel like a lot of the training and a lot of what you're going to be doing with both of them is meditating, which you kind of, like, hear about Obi-Wan, like, him and Qui-Gon going at it because he hated meditating.
Yeah.
It's one thing Obi-Wan could never master was meditating. So, which is why Anakin's bad at it. I don't know. I feel like with Yoda, you might get more opportunities to be opened.
Yeah, in an aspect of like within the Jedi code. But you talked about opportunities being open. If you're with Qui-Gon, you're kind of more free.
Yeah, but I feel like once you like, because I feel like Yoda obviously has a lot of stuff going on. As soon as you're not in a no longer an apprentice, like when you become a knight and a master, like Dooku, you kind of do whatever you want. There's a reason Qui-Gon's like that, and it's because of Dooku.
I kind of feel like also, if you wanted a personal relationship with one or the other, which I know like that stuff's like kind of forbidden, but like you will have more of a personal relationship with Qui-Gon over Yoda because Yoda trains a lot more people. Because I mean,
or has at least.
Right.
Yeah, I get that.
I would pick Qui-Gon for those reasons.
I feel like with Yoda though, like there's more opportunity because when did he train you?
Right.
Like because like Qui-Gon obviously doesn't have the longest life. So like I don't know. Like I don't know. I think it'd be cooler with Yoda. At least just personally.
Yeah,
I see where you're coming from.
I'm not saying that Yoda wouldn't be cool. I just like the aspect where I feel like more free, and then also like the relationship I feel like I would have with Qui-Gon over Yoda. That's what I like about it. So I would pick Qui-Gon.
I think this is also like for me comes from the fact that we don't live in that world, and
Right.
like Yoda's like such a, like he's an alien to us. So I feel like it'd be cool in that sense. Like I'd want to hang out with different species.
I mean, but also still Yoda is Yoda. Like, come on now, it's Yoda.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
no, I mean,
and it's an honor. I mean, they talk about that with Dooku, where they were trying to figure out who, because Dooku was such a good Padawan, or not a Padawan, but a youngling, that they were like, who's gonna pick him? Like, who's gonna pick him? Where's he gonna go? And the person who picks his best friend, he thought was gonna pick him, and he picks. They picked the best friend, and it's like, what's going on? Is Dooku not going to get picked? And it was like, no, Yoda's going to pick you.
right.
It was like it hadn't been done in years. Yoda hadn't trained anybody.
Yeah.
So I feel like you'd have to be a special occasion, which is kind of like.
I mean, that is.
I wouldn't survive in Jedi training, but I don't know. I think they're both great picks.
Yeah.
But. So yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. Would you rather be a Mandalorian or a bounty hunter?
This kind of goes with the Sith and Jedi. Which one's cooler versus which one makes more sense?
The problem, like, you could make the argument, oh, I'll pick Mandalorian because you got Mando in the Mandalorian. He's a Mandalorian and a bounty hunter, which sounds cool.
Which I'm not thinking about him as a Mandalorian. I'm thinking of them at like Mandalore is still a planet.
I mean, yeah.
I'm thinking about like a true like not saying he's not a true Mandalorian, but like you grew up and Mandalore was like
right
still a planet. Like he's hard to look at because like he is just a bounty hunter. There is no Mandalore. Yeah. So there is, but it's destroyed.
I also think it's interesting as well because like their like creed and stuff that they're so strict to is kind of scary. It's a cult. Yeah. It really is.
I mean, that's scary, but so is being a bounty hunter.
Well, bounty hunters are scary. You always have to watch your back.
Like, do I get to pick? This goes back to how cool of a bounty hunter am I?
Right.
Am I like under Jabba, and as long as I'm doing jobs, Jabba's gonna be cool with me? Like, are you Boba? Or are you a Bosk in them? Because like they're cool. Like I'd want to hang out with them.
Right. And then also like, I don't know. I just feel like even growing up on Mandalore, like, I just feel like it's so strict. Again, going back to the last one, like, I just feel like you'd be more free as a bounty hunter. I mean, it is scarier, I would say, because you're kind of on your own. But at that same point, you rely on yourself. And if you're good enough, you should be a good bounty hunter.
I feel like you have more options as a bounty hunter, too. You don't have to be like a bounty hunter that just kills people all the time. Mando doesn't just kill people. Right. He does if they don't obey what he says to do. But, like, he tries to keep it clean.
Yeah.
kind of.
The first line in the first episode, I can bring you in warm, or I can bring you in cold.
Yeah, like
That's
if you're
crazy.
bringing in warm, like you're fine.
Yeah.
I think I'd pick bounty hunter.
I would pick bounty hunter too.
Yeah.
I think it'd be pretty cool to have somebody call me just because I'm a specialist in something and be like, hey, you need to go get this guy. Like,
yeah,
and it's cool
you
because
specialize in this creature.
I feel like bounty hunters get a bad rap too, like they're labeled as bad guys, when in reality they're most of them are not. They're just doing a job.
It's kind of how
bad
like
guys.
there's people who do illegal stuff in our world, and like a lot of people kind of are just like, are they really in the wrong?
Right.
We get screwed over so much in different aspects, and that definitely happens in Star Wars, where it's like you can't be anything if you're not a politician or you have force abilities.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't have those, bounty hunting's probably your next best option, or you're working in a scrapyard.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, I'm sure scrapyards. Well, actually,
no, that's like working in a coal mine.
Yeah,
That sucks.
Yeah.
I mean, we see that in the Andor show, and you see it in Fallen Order game. His job is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I mean, I'd much rather be a bounty hunter than doing that.
Oh yeah. I mean, even like you take Cal for example, like the obstacle you have in the very beginning of the game to get where they needed to be for their job, like that was more dangerous than a lot of bounty hunting stuff. Like,
especially if you're someone like Cad Bane, like he gets a job with the Empire where he's just like stealing babies. Like that's not hard.
Jesus.
Like, oops, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We're gonna move on though. You said bounty hunter, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather BB-8 be your droid or R4
Mm-hmm.
from Attack of the Clones? I think we have our gripes with BB-8 and like the fan base behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Our units are not that good, other than
R2
R2D2.
R2 is a different breed, dude. Like,
I mean, they even show that in the first movie where all of those R2 units got destroyed on top of that shit.
Yeah.
And then there's R2.
R2, like, he's a droid, but he has a personality. And BB-8 also has a personality. R4 didn't.
He just did a job.
Yeah. And I would pick BB-8. I feel like he'd be a good person. I mean, exactly.
Good
though.
little
Like,
person.
The fact that he is a person, like, has a personality, it's almost like he is a person. Like, he's my friend.
I think my favorite of that is when, I think it's in episode 7, when they're doing something, they're trying to get away, and Rey's like, okay, cool, we got it, and he like flips out a lighter and gives him a thumbs up. Like that's like you said, showing character as a non-humanoid. So I'm picking BB-8 too. I'd probably repaint him because that orange is disgusting. But R4 gets destroyed like multiple times. So yeah.
All right. So the next one. Would you rather have Boba Fett or Cad Bane hunting you?
I'd rather be dead. Like,
yeah.
Would you rather go with the fact that Boba Fett's gonna? I don't know. I don't think you're getting away from either of them.
I don't think you are either. It's hard to go based off of anything because it's like they're both very good at what they do.
I feel like if Boba Fett's actually, I can't even say that. I was gonna say if Boba Fett's going after you, you're probably a high value target that's going to someone who's gonna hurt you even more. But Cad Bane also does that. I think Boba Fett, because Cad Bane's terrifying. At least with Boba, I know what he's a clone of a human under there. He just got a helmet on. Cad Bane is disgustingly scary.
I think it's crazy too. I mean, we have our opinions about the Book of Boba Fett and stuff, but in my personal opinion, I feel like the only reason why Boba Fett won was to please fans. I think Cad Bane had him beat, and the fact that Cad Bane was way older than his species is supposed to live during that time, like, I mean, he kind of beat Boba Fett.
I mean, he does.
I mean, yeah. And it's like, wow, the fact that still at that age he beats Boba.
When you hang out with someone's dad and then hang out with their kid, you kind of got something going.
Yeah. And it's like, I think I would pick Boba Fett because we see, I mean, in the 6th movie, obviously he didn't die because of the Book of Boba Fett. We see that he survived that, but at the same time, like, they just barely hit that jetpack and, like, he died because of it. Like, come on. Like, if he's that reliant on it,
yeah,
I feel like I would have if I'm going to try to survive this fight, I would rather go against Boba Fett because of that, because I think he uses that jetpack too much.
They both suck. I'm picking Boba.
They both suck.
Suck to be chasing me.
I was like, they don't both suck, buddy.
They both suck as an option.
I would pick Boba because of those reasons. I feel like if I'm going to have a shot,
he might have help. You might have.
I mean, we also see Cad Bane wield a lightsaber at one point. He was kind of using it pretty well.
Yeah, you're making my argument. No, fuck this. It's Boba.
Yeah, I would pick Boba. I really would.
You're getting caught. Would you rather get caught clean or get caught dirty? Give me Boba.
Yeah.
All right, so the next one we're gonna do.
I want to go back to that actually. I mean, think about it. Like, I'm not saying Boba Fett doesn't fight like Jedi too, but like Cad Bane goes against Jedi constantly, and like he was also ruthless enough that he was gonna kill Ahsoka by just dumping her into outer space. Like, Boba Fett, Cad Bane is just ruthless.
Yeah. I'm over it. I'm picking Boba.
Yeah.
I'm just accepting that I'm gonna get taken. So the next one is: would you rather have a green or a blue lightsaber? Now, my personal opinion on this, I think, has changed over time.
Mm-hmm.
And we kind of talked about this 2 episodes ago, where we talked about like lightsabers, and like I feel like green consistently has a better color than blue. I think the blue that Anakin and Obi-Wan have is cool, but there's some blues that are not as cool.
I mean, yeah, like the one scene with Ki-Adi-Mundi on Geonosis in the Clone Wars, his blue's like a lighter blue.
Yeah.
And I don't particularly like it as well as the dark blue that Obi-Wan and Anakin have. On top of that as well, like I said, if we both lived in the Star Wars universe for the other would you rather, like the lightsaber combat and the Force abilities, I said which one I think we would be. With that being said, you would have a green one and I would have a blue one.
I didn't even base off that. I think the green lightsabers just look better.
I think the good blue lightsabers look way better than the green ones. Now, I do agree that the green is more consistent than the blue, but the blue ones that look good, I feel like are just untouched. Especially, like, you got them in the Clone Wars animation style. It looks so good.
The greens look good, too.
The greens, I mean, they all look good in the Clone Wars, but
I think Yoda's green is really good. He's got a darker green,
mm-hmm.
and that's probably to offset the color of him. So they had to go super dark, but I don't know. Like, the green has just really grown on me a lot. Because we used to not like green lightsabers, really. I mean, we always had blue ones.
Yeah. And blue's one of my favorite colors, so
see,
it's easy for me to pick blue. So
I like even just from a color standpoint, I like the color green better than blue. So
interesting.
But
I would pick blue. I also think it would fit me better in a Star Wars universe perspective too.
This is kind of going off what you said earlier. Just kind of get off this. If one of us was the master and apprentice of each other, who do you think whose would be? Would I be the master or would you be the apprentice? Or, I said that wrong. Would I be the master and you be the apprentice, or you be the master and I would be the apprentice?
That's interesting because, I mean, I am older than you. I don't know, because I don't think we would be in a situation where one of us would be.
Yeah,
both.
I mean, age you kind of have to take that out of it, just based off personality.
I still don't think. I just feel like we would never be in that situation. Now, if we were both masters, I feel like we would be very different masters to a Padawan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, kind of.
I mean,
like,
for an example, I mean, like, I think, like, Obi-Wan and Anakin's a perfect example of this. I think you would lead somebody like Obi-Wan, and I think I would lead somebody like Anakin.
I mean, both of those masters turn out bad for their apprentices. So, I don't know. I was thinking more along the lines of you'd be like like an Anakin master.
Yeah.
Kind of like. But I feel like I'd almost be like a Qui-Gon, where I'd be like, I probably wouldn't meditate as much and be as like wise, but I definitely wouldn't follow. Like, I feel like I'd make my own decisions. You would just make more rash decisions as a master. Like,
I mean, if something has to get done, something has to get done.
My point.
I mean,
like
come on.
There's points in the
why...
Clone Wars with Obi-Wan where he's in front of Satine and like they're like egging Obi-Wan on that he won't kill somebody just to kill them.
Yeah.
And like Anakin comes up and shoves his lightsaber through his
Yeah.
chest. Like, I feel like you're like, he needed to die. Like, what? Like, Anakin's
he says
exact
what?
response. Obi-Wan's just like, Anakin. And he's like, what?
Yeah,
like,
no.
we had to get it done.
I mean, it had to get done, and it's like...
But I feel like Qui-Gon, he would like, it has to get done, but I'm going to negotiate before I fight this person. Like, I feel like I'd at least, like, I wouldn't follow all the rules. Or almost, honestly, like, almost more like a Dooku even. Like, before he turns, where he doesn't follow the rules either. Like, if a rule doesn't make sense, don't follow it.
I mean, it's the same aspect with Anakin. He just does it differently.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, though, and I agree.
I think I would have green, but I would be lenient more than, like...
Right.
I definitely wouldn't be a Yoda, for sure.
Right. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think... Yeah.
But
all right, we're going to move on to the next one.
So you definitely picking blue?
Yeah.
Okay.
The next one is... I know they're the same person, but would you rather have a fight against Anakin or Vader? I did put lightsaber fight, but if you're going against Vader,
You're losing. So
if you're going against Vader, he might not use lightsabers.
This is what I'm saying though. This is kind of like the one earlier. You're losing this fight. Who's not going to kill you? I think Anakin might not kill me.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did wrong that they're both fighting me. Oh, Vader, I could have looked at him wrong, but
right. I mean, I feel like
I'm taking Anakin.
Yeah, I feel like you have to take Anakin. I mean, like you said, like Vader's going to kill you.
Oh, but would you rather be in jail or would you rather be dead?
That is a fair point.
Would you rather be Barriss or would you rather be anybody that Vader fights?
I mean, yeah,
means Anakin does his fair share of killing. So
yeah. I still would pick Anakin, though. I mean, if I wanted to live, yeah, it's got to be Anakin.
That sucks.
I know.
Yeah. All right. I feel like that was a quick one. But
yeah, I mean.
Would you rather be in the 501st Legion? Would you rather be in the Wolf Pack?
Both really cool. The two best ones. We're not going to take into account Clone Force 99 as like a legion, you know what I mean? But
I guess
501st versus the Wolfpack, those got to be the best two.
For us, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Clone Wars aspect, yes.
Yeah. The 501st did go into the Jedi Temple and led that attack.
Yeah, and the Wolfpack's hunting everybody else.
Yeah.
So you see that in the new Bad Batch season.
Yeah.
So, dude, I don't know, cause like, for looks, I'd rather be in the Wolfpack.
The Wolfpacks.
They got cooler gear.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm picking Wolfpack.
Really?
But no, actually, I don't know. I take that back. But I mean, you got to look at who's your general as well.
Yeah.
So, Wolfpack general is Plo Koon, right? Which would also be
underrated. Awesome. Very underrated.
We're going to say that every single time he comes
Oh,
up.
yeah.
But
for sure.
So then you have 501st, which is obviously Anakin.
Yeah.
And Ahsoka. Yikes.
But also you got to think Anakin and Ahsoka are going to put you in the more dangerous situations.
Yeah, but they also probably have a better shot of protecting you.
Mm-hmm.
They actually care about their clones, which Plo Koon does as well.
Yeah.
There are some who do not care about them.
Oh, yeah.
Kiadi Mindy. But I honestly like 501st Legion. The captain is what's doing it. Like I know Wolf,
Love Wolf.
Commander Wolf is cool,
Yeah,
but he's not Captain Rex.
he's not Captain Rex. And you got Fives in there. Got Jesse. Well, you do, and it's like.
What are you picking?
I feel like I have to pick the 501st.
I mean, you're wearing a 501st hat.
I am wearing a 501st hat. I feel like I have to pick the 501st. I think it would be sick wearing the Wolfpack like armor.
I think I might pick 501st just because Anakin lets them do cooler things.
Yeah, that too.
Like the beginning of season 7 of the Clone Wars, they do that battle like that. They entered that cool.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm picking 501st actually.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So the next one, would you rather vacation on Tatooine or Jakku?
That sucks.
Yeah, they both suck.
We don't get a whole lot of Jakku.
Yeah.
But I know at least when we vacation at Tatooine, we're gonna get some pod racing to watch.
True. Go vacation to Tatooine, watch the pod race.
Like, are we vacationing as Star Wars characters, or are we vacationing as us? Because like I think it'd be cool to go see like Anakin's house, but like if you're like in the Star Wars universe, you don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Like, you don't know he's from Tatooine.
Yeah.
Unless you're from Tatooine.
I also feel like Jakku's safer.
I guess.
Yeah, which is crazy, but
we
I
don't
feel
really
like
get a
Jakku's
whole lot of
safer.
background.
We don't.
If
But
there's anything
just
there,
by what
but
we got in the 7th movie, I feel like it's a lot safer. to
Tatooine's
be
got
there.
cool moons
I mean,
or suns,
yeah,
sunsets. My
I was
bad.
like suns. Yeah, but we're gonna age 10 years being there for 3 days on Tatooine.
Check out Watto's repair shop.
Yeah, just backhand him.
Rip his wings off.
Yeah. I feel
These
like
suck.
I'm gonna go Tatooine because the sunset's gonna be gorgeous, unlike
Yeah.
anything we're ever gonna see.
We'd have to go to the
And-
nicest place on Tatooine. We only really see Mos Eisley. So
And the pod races, dude. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool to watch. So yeah, I'm gonna go Tatooine because of those reasons.
this one's interesting. Would you rather your best friend be a Wookiee
Oh, you didn't
or
pick.
I picked Tatooine.
Oh, did you? Okay.
Jakku's just like, man.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Yeah, for your reasons, honestly.
Yeah. Okay.
I'd want to see pod racing, but
Yeah.
would you rather your best friend be a Wookiee or an Ewok?
To me, this one is: would you rather your best friend like be an adult or be a child?
That's not. I mean, they're not children.
I mean, that's how I look at it, though.
I was about to say, would you rather live in tree houses? But they both
Like,
live in tree houses.
I feel like I'm gonna have to be a dad to be friends with an Ewok.
I mean, Han Solo's kind of makes sure that Chewbacca don't do anything crazy.
Yeah, but like they're friends. You know what I mean? They're not like oh, one's a
I feel like a
father
Wookiee would
figure.
have your back a little bit better too.
Yeah, you make friends.
Especially if they have like a,
Well,
a
actually,
life oath to you. Life
They both no,
oath.
actually, you know what? No, they both are like I'm in debt to you,
Yeah,
kind of species.
yeah, they have like a life oath.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why that's so hard for me to say.
I'd pick a Wookiee because, like I said, I just feel like I'd be babysitting.
Yeah,
Because like when Leia,
Ewoks would be so cute though.
yeah, but like when Leia is on it, when she's there with the Ewok that she's with, she's like a mother to that thing, and it's like
The Wookiees are a little bit more responsible.
right. I mean, like I said, it's like an adult or a child kind of.
Yeah.
So,
And
I mean,
Ewoks may or may not have eaten stormtroopers, so.
yeah. I'd go Wookiee.
Yeah. Do you think there's an Ewok that is a Jedi? Or had force sensitive? Because, like, there's Wookiees that are.
Mm-hmm.
An
I'd say
Ewok
I mean,
with a
obviously,
lightsaber would be
obviously it's
awesome.
possible. Obviously, it's possible, but I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, it's possible. I'm just gonna leave it at that. You know, it's possible for it to happen, but you know. Move on to the next one. Would you rather have a dual blade lightsaber or dual wield lightsabers?
I feel like if I had a dual blade, I'd cut myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like. I think dual wield, you get some disadvantages in fights, but you also get a lot of advantages. And I feel like it's it's way better to fight with a lightsaber that you can unclip and clip than just turning off one. Like we see Maul fight with it, and he's holding like a giant like lightsaber, and then just using a tiny blade out of it. Like I don't think that's like as easy.
I think it's interesting because like if you play Jedi Fallen Order or Jedi Survivor, my personal opinion, I like using the dual blade more with Cal. The dual wield, I just feel like wasn't good on the game. But I feel like in a real life perspective, I feel like it would be better to have dual wield.
Yeah, I feel like there's more.
There's more advantages because like you see Obi-Wan just cut Darth Maul's in half. Like
Yeah, like I feel like you get more blade to work with.
mm-hmm.
So yeah, I honestly like I feel like everybody has like I think I mentioned it before. Like everybody's taken a stick and whipped it around or broom handle or whatever fake lightsaber you have or whatever. But like you can't tell me that you're not doing it and haven't hit yourself with it,
Right.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Like. Or you drop it because you twist your hand too many times and you realize your wrist can't move anymore.
Yeah.
So
I would pick dual wield.
yeah, we don't see it too much. Like the best we see is Ventress and Palpatine, and
Which
they're
we
both really successful in fighting.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Ventress beats Obi-Wan and Anakin all the time.
and I feel like this goes back to like if we were Jedi or Sith, but I feel like with a dual wield, you could like play dirty a little bit more when fighting. Like,
I mean, Anakin, like we're talking about how he's aggressive and stuff like that. He was learning to dual wield. That's why Obi-Wan throws the lightsaber to him in the second movie.
I think they're
he
all kind of taught, but like a lot of them just don't use it.
Yeah, I mean, Anakin was learning it, and the only reason why he stopped was because the Clone Wars happened, and he was more proficient with the wand.
Yeah, I mean, he fights in the Clone Wars with it. He fights Barriss dual wield.
He does fight Barriss,
and it wasn't like he was better like single. She was honestly pretty good with dual wield, honestly.
She was actually, yeah.
So yeah, that proves right there that I'm pretty sure they're all like somewhat trained. So I don't know.
Maybe I don't know. I'd pick dual wield though. I
Yeah,
think I get more advantages with it.
yeah. So the next would you rather be a Knight of Ren or an Imperial Guard? Go ahead.
No, you can go ahead.
For reference, I'm assuming most people know what an Imperial Guard is, but that's like the guard for the Emperor, red outfits, spears, stuff like that. So, I feel like they have a way easier job.
Oh yeah.
Because like, if someone comes after Palpatine that has like force abilities or lightsaber, let him go.
I mean, then also like the Knights of Ren, Kylo Ren just kills all of them.
That's also true.
Like, I mean, you're gonna die. Like,
They have cooler outfits.
but I also think it's crazy. Like the Imperial Guard, when Yoda walks in to fight,
Oh,
and then just throws them against the wall.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I'm saying though. They probably didn't die though. They kind of were just there.
maybe.
That's basically. Would
I
you
think
rather
it's
be
cooler.
a bodyguard or would you rather be an assassin?
I think it's cooler to be a Knight of Ren, though. Obviously.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's like, do I want to
But
like?
there comes that risk. What makes it cool is they go and kill people. Imperial Guard just protects. So.
Yeah, but like if I'm protecting Palpatine, like I'm not really. If I have to do something, I'm not gonna survive.
Yeah, but I feel like with Imperial Guard too, you think he probably takes care of them pretty decently. They probably have good living quarters and stuff like that. So like your life is probably a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Just go wear the stupid outfit.
Yeah. I'm gonna pick a Knight of Ren.
I think I'm going Imperial Guard.
I'm gonna pick Knight of Ren. I think they're a hell of a lot cooler.
Yeah, but like I'm thinking in the terms of like.
No, I mean
Gonna get.
I completely understand where you're coming from, but like
I don't think Kylo
Man,
needs protection.
I feel
He
like
just
every
has them.
option I pick in this is like I want to be a badass in the Star Wars universe. And like I just feel like you're a badass as a Knight of Ren
I feel
versus
like
an
the
Imperial
Knight of
Guard.
Ren would be cooler because like I almost just compared it to being an Inquisitor, but it's not the same at all.
No.
Like if like Inquisitor, this was Inquisitor, that'd be an easy answer.
Well, I don't know that
But-
much about the Knight of Ren to be honest, but I heard that they've underutilized them a lot
Yeah, we get
in the
nothing.
movies. We get absolutely nothing from them, and it's like okay, like
They're there.
they're there, but I still think it would be cooler. So I'm gonna.
Yeah, I
go,
think I'm taking the safe route though.
I'm gonna go Knight of Ren. I'm gonna take the risky route.
And I feel like if the Emperor gets pissed, he doesn't kill Imperial guards. He kills stormtroopers, if anything. When Kylo gets pissed, he might just kill you.
No, he'll just kill a chair. Or a computer.
Yeah, or an entire room.
Whatever.
That's probably one of the only like pretty decent scenes in that movie when he's doing that. The clone troopers just walk around the corner and they're like, "Fuck this!" And just walk back around. It almost makes it seem like he's done that before.
I mean, dude, he's
so
crazy.
Yeah, I don't know, but
all right. So
Move
the
on.
next one: would you rather be a commando clone or a member of the Bad Batch?
this is easy.
Really?
Give me the fucked up genetics.
Yeah. Okay. I honestly thought this is easy. I swear to God, I thought you were gonna pick commando clone, and I was like, wow,
This is easy.
Okay.
Give me a special ability.
Oh yeah, like
Cool outfits.
commando clones are cool, but like
Yeah, I feel like if
they're
you're,
also like they seem to be like better clones though. You know what I mean? They're like,
What do you mean?
they're like in a special like category where I feel like they probably get better training and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
Which would be cool as well, but like, dude, like give me a mutation, give me an ability. Like I don't care. Like
I feel like in every other situation that sounds terrible.
I know, right? But like, nah, dude.
Fuck
like,
me up a little bit when I'm born.
Oh yeah, like
So like, I'm not gonna say what would you pick as in let you free, but like between the Bad Batch characters, what ability would you pick? So I'm assuming if you've seen the Bad Batch, you kind of understand what we're talking about. But like, so the main characters in Bad Batch, so like all have like a special ability that they're like defective Clone Force 99. You know why the number 99 is special if you watch Clone Wars. So do yourself some research. But Hunter is like the main leader, and he basically has like like a better sense of his surroundings. He's a hunter. He uses very good hand-to-hand combat with knives and stuff like that. He pinpoint accurate.
he can see things. He can almost see things before they happen.
He almost has the
It's almost like a lot of.
sensitive-
It's almost like some force abilities he has.
he almost has like wild animal instinct.
Right.
It's kind of weird. But then you have Tech by his name. He really good.
Stupid smart.
Yeah, insanely smart, talks like a robot, always has a computer in his hand. You have Wrecker, who, by his name, he wrecks shit. He's just super big brute and has like tons of extra strength and stuff like that. He's a weapons specialist with shit that blows up. And then you have Crosshair. He's a sharpshooter. He doesn't miss, basically. And like I think they make a joke in one of the early seasons or in one of the Clone Wars seasons where he like misses and they make a joke and he missed like on purpose because then like something happens and like still hits his
I think
target.
something like blows up
Yeah,
afterwards.
he's like, I didn't miss.
Yeah.
Like
Something.
I don't know. I think by the way I was just talking, you can kind of get my answer.
Oh, you're picking Crosshair.
I'm picking Crosshair. Like, I think it's easy between him and Hunter for me, but I feel like Crosshair kind of has some intuition, but like, dude, just being able to like,
I don't know if it's that or if he just knows his targets. You know what I mean? It's like, he just knows what they're gonna do.
I feel like he has
that's
the
like,
easiest job of them too.
Yeah,
especially
you're a
when he
sniper.
like doesn't miss.
I mean, you're a sniper. You should be fine.
Well, yeah, but he puts himself into long range.
Which one do you think
danger.
I'm gonna pick? Because I knew what you were gonna pick.
Thanks. You're a hunter guy.
Yeah,
I know you're a hunter guy.
it's not even. Yeah,
I feel like Wrecker. Like I feel like you have to have a specific personality to be Wrecker. He's like,
I'm gonna wreck it.
They
It's like Wreck-It Ralph.
they kind of like his strength is because they took part of his brain away.
Yeah,
He's kind of stupid.
yeah, he's a little meathead.
He's definitely like. I love how they use the Bad Batch characters though. Is like I feel like everything in our world needs comic relief, and he's the comic relief, and they do it very well.
Yeah,
Like because he's still like a cool character.
I would pick Hunter. That'd be my
Yeah, I know. I knew that. Did you know I was picking
Yeah,
Crosshair?
I did.
Yeah. the Bad Batch, like, they're such, like... I wish they made more members of the Bad Batch.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. So, the next one is, would you rather witness the Duel of Fates or the Battle of Mustafar? Oof. so, like, this is tough.
Yeah.
I think it's the Battle of Mustafar, though. I think it's kind of, especially for me and you, it's pretty clear cut. I think the Duel of Fates means so much, but so does the Battle of Mustafar.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say you would need something to, like, they move around a lot in Mustafar, but they move a lot in the Duel of Fates too.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd pick Mustafar. Would you rather drive a pod racer or a speeder bike? I feel like
What's your answer? Because I feel like mine.
I feel like pod racers are really dangerous to drive.
That's kind of how I feel. I feel like a speeder bike would be cool. Like, I feel like it'd be
right.
like way more like normal. Like if we had speeder bikes like now, they'd be like, yeah, cool.
It's almost like a motorcycle.
Yeah.
I mean, like the pod racer, we literally see in the first movie where like the energy beam like turns off and it just like flies everywhere, and it's like that could just happen. Like
yeah, you also could knock off what steers the speeder bike and spin out like that one scout trooper did in Return of the Jedi, just all the way into a tree. So
I think
speeder bikes
surprisingly
sound cool though.
Yeah,
like the scene where Anakin takes off and Attack of the Clones, like takes off. I don't know. Like, I feel like I'd have to relate it to like, would you rather drive a motorcycle or would you rather drive like, I don't even know how to like compare a pod racer. It'd be like a souped up car. Yeah. Like a dragster car. Yeah, honestly, like a dragster car. It's gonna go so fast that you can't see, and it's dangerous. Got it.
I'm gonna actually for this one, I for sure was gonna pick pod racer, to be honest, and I've actually changed it now. Now that we've been talking about it, I'm gonna pick speeder bike.
Do I have to race in the pod racer, or can I just sit in it and do like a drag? I want to see how fast that feels.
I agree, but like, dude, if that energy beam turns off, like, you're done. Like, if fucking Saboba's walking around and he's just fucking with you,
well, that's
like,
what I'm saying though.
man,
Like,
dude,
like, it doesn't say would you rather be in a pod race, because like speeder bikes don't have. Do you think they have speeder bike races?
I'm sure they could. I'm sure the stormtroopers fuck around with that. Like, wow. I'm sure they do. I'm picking a speeder.
I think you convinced me to go back to a pod racer.
That's funny.
I kind of wanted to take off.
You convinced me to pick a speeder, and I convinced you to pick a pod racer. That's funny.
I just want to have that feeling where he's like, it's working, and then,
yeah, I guess
that'd be awesome. All right, would you rather speak Wookiee or would you rather speak Geonosian?
Well, you can speak Wookiee. I'm just kidding.
We're not doing that.
He has a really good impression for a Wookiee sound. I don't know why he won't do it, but okay.
There's no shot I'm doing that on camera. No,
it's really good though. But I think it'd be more impressive to speak Geonosian.
They make a weird like clicking noise. Like, I feel like with Wookiees, there's nothing comparable in like language for humans. I feel like it's kind of more animalistic. The Geonosians kind of almost have like a clicking sound that is like used in like language.
Right.
But like it's not the same. I don't know how to explain that. Obviously it's fucking an insectoid that's like doing it, so it's kind of different, but I feel like Wookiee would be more useful.
I don't know, because I feel like if you can speak Geonosian, you might be able to learn other languages easier. Because Wookiee, like you said, it's very animalistic. Like, I feel like it doesn't compare at all. And I know it doesn't seem like the other one would, but I don't know. I feel like it'd be more impressive. So that's what I'm going to go with.
I'm picking Wookiee.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, you already can do it, so.
No,
I mean, whatever.
No, I don't know. Like, I feel like if I was like, I'm gonna take this back to like if we were living right now. If you could choose right now to sound like a Wookiee or sound Geonosian, like I feel like if you would like went around doing Geonosian, no one would have any fucking idea what you're talking about.
But at the same time, like if I can be like, I know that language in our real world, they would be like, whoa, like instead of just making noises, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, both of them are making noises, I guess, but
how do you think they made that noise?
I
Do you
don't
think
know.
someone recorded the clips of Geonosian speaking?
I don't know. I saw a TikTok and this dude like had a link for you to go to learn how to speak it, and he was making the noises and stuff.
Geonosian?
Yes.
What the
Yeah,
fuck?
he was literally standing there and he was literally speaking it. Like making the real noises, and he's like, yeah, I'd use this to learn it. I'd never got on it, but I might have saved it. I might still have it, but
I don't know.
I would pick
I think it'd be
Geonosian.
way harder to learn Geonosian.
That's
like
my
Han
point,
can
though. Like,
understand
yeah,
Wookiee to an extent.
that's why I think it'd be cooler to learn it. So that's why
I mean, I guess.
So the next one, would you rather meet Hayden Christensen or Ewan McGregor?
This is so hard. This is so hard.
I mean, I'm gonna pick Hayden. I love Hayden.
I feel like Hayden might have a better reaction to meeting Star
What
Wars
I
fans.
well, what's crazy is like I saw Star Wars Theory post a video where he was like, "Yeah, I walked up to them at like a meet and greet thing. I don't even remember what he said it was, but he was like freaking out seeing me because he knew who I was,
Yeah.
and it's just crazy to me to be like Hayden was like obsessed with Star Wars Theory, like." That's why I would want to meet Hayden. Like, that's what you kind of just said. Like, I feel like Hayden would want to meet. I'm not saying Ewan McGregor wouldn't want to meet you.
But Ewan is like, it's not that Hayden's not successful out of Star Wars, but Ewan McGregor's been in like
I mean,
a lot more
Hayden's
stuff.
not successful out of Star Wars. I mean, he's not.
It's not that he's not a good. He just wasn't in anything like massive. Like Ewan McGregor's been in some pretty decent roles and is continuing to keep doing things.
Right.
So like, I feel like Ewan, if you meet him, like he's probably gonna instantly know that you're a Star Wars fan. But like, I feel like he probably talks to more people in that world.
What I love about Hayden though is that Hayden loves Star Wars. He loves Anakin Skywalker, and like Anakin Skywalker has been a huge like character that I've loved in my life, and it's like I just feel like me and Hayden
I'd want
be
to meet
on
both
it.
of them.
Oh yeah, not even a question about it.
I think I might
want
want to meet Hayden more just because like what you're saying. Like,
Yeah,
I feel like he would appreciate nothing against Ewan McGregor. I feel like Hayden just might appreciate just a tiny bit more that you're a Star Wars fan.
yeah. And
Especially if you're a fan of his and a fan of the prequel. Like, I feel like he's more inclined to want to have like a regular conversation
Right.
about Star Wars.
And that's why I feel like Star Wars Theory also, he said that he did have like a conversation with Hayden Christensen. Like he got to go like hang out with him for a little bit, and it's like
They just got the best job in the world.
yeah. And it's like I don't know. I have to pick Hayden. Like I love Ewan McGregor. I would absolutely love to meet him too. But if I could meet Hayden Christensen, I think it would just be awesome.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure he could just come in here right now and just talk Star Wars with us. We could talk all day. Like I'm sure.
Dude, I would love to have him on.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah,
both
but, like,
of them. But like, dude, like, there's just something about Anakin Skywalker and Hayden that just I love. And I'm sure we'll get into
he
that
needs to
at
grow
some
his hair
point.
back out.
Yeah.
But
His,
yeah, I don't know.
His episode 3 hair.
Would you rather live in the High Republic era of Star Wars or the prequel era? So, if you don't know, High Republic era is technically like the era between the fall of the Sith and current timeline. So, prequel era is obviously like
1, 2, and 3.
yeah, like maybe a little bit like we'll just take it as like Anakin being born up versus before Anakin up until
Order 66.
No. I'm talking going the other way.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
High Republic era is like before Anakin up
And then
until
Bane.
the thought bomb,
Yeah.
basically. Up until the fall of the Sith, according to the Jedi.
Well, actually, I don't know.
A
The High
millennium,
Republic might
basically.
go further than that, but I'm not
We're
sure.
just gonna go off that.
We're gonna go based off that though. That's fine. I have
That's
a
kind
thought.
of like the middle ground. It's like Old Republic, the war, then it's like the High Republic because like there's no one to go against. So.
And then the prequels, obviously, the Sith come back. We get to see that obviously in our timeline.
Dude,
I'm picking High Republic.
fuck yeah, fuck the prequel.
I think. Well, the fact that we
there's
don't.
just war.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like. I love the prequels and Star Wars. Like watching it's awesome, but like being a part of it, like
yeah, and like all of those planets are still there. You can still go do all the stuff that you see in Star Wars, but it's just there's a lot less war.
Yeah, I'd pick High Republic. I think it'd be really cool, especially
there's
like,
more prospering amongst the Republic.
Right. Yeah, so, I agree.
Hint why it's called High Republic. But
yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah. So. Finish up Would You Rathers. We're kind of gonna do we're gonna go over the 2 new animated TV shows that came out and kind of give our thoughts. We're gonna start with the Bad Batch, and so this was Bad Batch season 3. I felt like this was I still have a lot of questions about things.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it didn't get answered really at all.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm going to go right out and say it. I'm shocked none of the other Bad Batch died.
And the fact that I felt like one of them should have.
Yeah.
I thought Wrecker was going to die there for a second.
Oh, I was...
Spoilers.
I was...
Forgot about that.
convinced, actually, that Crosshairs was going to die. Like, he was ready for it, too. He kept hinting at it. And I'm like, there's no way Crosshair's not going to die.
Yeah.
Like, he was ready to give up his life. And I love that storyline for him. I thought it was great. Like, he obviously betrayed them at the beginning.
I feel like there's so many questions. Like, just a simple breakdown of what happened. I mean, we see in season 2 that Omega gets captured. Omega and Crosshair find a way to break out of Tantus. They go about doing things. They recapture Omega. Feel like every single time they see her, something's happening. Yeah, and basically the entire point is we're trying to figure out why Omega is being taken and why Hemlock wants her so badly, what the plans are for the Empire. And I feel like I have a lot of questions about stuff. I mean, I feel like we meet this Emery character who we then find out is a clone. What is that? What is that story?
Yeah.
I feel like we don't know where she comes from. I guess it's Camino is the answer, but we don't know why she was made. We don't know how she was made, where she was, why she's here.
She has to be something special too, because all the clones look like Django, and then we got 2 random clones now that are female,
and they look different. They're not the same. They're I
think Omega when she was younger looked a lot like.
Yeah, but they show us where she gets older.
Oh
they
yeah, didn't look anything.
They show us when she gets older.
Yeah,
it kind of sounds crazy, but
yeah. Also, by the way, let's keep that in subject for a second. When they show us in the future, I was kind of pissed off they didn't show Wrecker and Crosshair.
Yeah, dude, I felt like they it seemed rushed.
I understand why they show Hunter. Hunter was the father figure to Omega, and I understand that relationship, and that's what it was kind of going for. But at the same time, they were a family, and it's they just didn't show them. And it's I do agree. I do feel like it was very rushed. Technically, we didn't really get an answer for why we didn't really get an answer for why they wanted Omega. We get to see these, what do you want to call them? Assassins? Did they say what they were called?
So I wrote down, they keep talking about, M count, which we're assuming is Metachlorians based off of Ventress's appearance, but we don't even know. They never fucking even say what the point of Omega is. We have our assumptions that also kind of fall through now. We originally thought she's the best replicator for DNA based off of Metachlorians.
I think
which we assume is to help the Emperor in the end, but like we don't even fucking know.
Yeah, our thought process, like when we were watching it, was like, oh, they're gonna show us how like Snoke is a thing, and then how like
I thought that's what the secret was.
right. I thought that's what it was. Even when like Palpatine went there, he visited there, and I was for sure thinking it was like Snoke or like a different way for him to be like a person in the ninth movie.
I also never caught that creature.
Yeah,
That they let out. They don't even fucking
the
show
random
that
creature. I mean, they wanted to clone that creature in the Clone Wars. They talk about it.
again. Yeah, or do they just want the power of that creature? Like they don't even explain it.
They don't explain it at all, and it's like there is a lot that I like about the Bad Batch. I love the characters in the Bad Batch. Omega grew on me a lot.
I feel like we need another season.
Yeah, I feel like I don't understand why it ended, and I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it was shorter than the other seasons. Was it, or am I just?
I actually don't know.
I don't know either. I feel like it was really short. Now, I do know everything's been shorter than like the Clone Wars episodes, because the Clone Wars were 24 episodes per season. I might be wrong, but I feel like it was just so short. And then like I turn on the last episode and I'm like, I feel like there's not enough time to answer all the questions, and then they didn't.
No, they left a lot. And
they left a lot out, and it was sad to see that, because it's like,
good.
I mean, it was really cool. They saved Omega, and it was really nice, and they all lived, which was really surprising, because like we thought somebody for sure was gonna die.
I thought someone should have died.
I do think somebody should have died
which
too.
one they killed either. Like they,
and then also like we go back with Dave Filoni being the director of this. You would think that there would
be dying,
people
and not
would
just
be dying.
not just the bad guy.
Yeah,
Which it was a kind of cool scene what they did with Hemlock and them, but
I thought it was cool when Crosshair lost his hand and Hunter's like, trust Omega to get this last shot off to kill Hemlock, and they worked together and did it. I thought it was awesome. Like, I'm kind of getting chills thinking about it. Like, it was there's so much good out of it, but like from a Star Wars story perspective, we didn't get answers. We got a lot of question marks, and it's like, how are they going to fill in these gaps now? Because supposedly this is over now.
And that's the other thing too. You kind of mentioned it a minute ago with the assassins. Like, if that was the whole buildup of what they were talking about, was like the secret shit they were doing on Tantus was to build these assassins, like we don't get like a whole lot of what they really fucking are. Like,
well, it's also like, in my opinion, like, so we have the Inquisitors already, so why do we need other assassins? Like,
well, it's weird too, because they kind of made it seem like they were gonna try to make assassins out of Hunter, Wrecker, and Crosshair,
right?
But and like they all have like cool abilities, so like are these all defective clones that they're building, or like I don't get it. Like,
I'm assuming the cloning stuff was for the creature. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but
don't look at me.
I'm assuming the cloning stuff was for that part of it, because they talked about that in the Clone Wars to replicate
where does that go? We don't see
maybe
that
what
else.
happened was like the armor that the assassins were using was from the powers of that creature. That actually would kind of make sense.
The fact that we're hypothesizing and theorizing is the problem.
Oh, I know.
But
I totally agree. But like, that might be why, because I'm pretty sure in the Clone Wars they were like, we could like make armor out of this. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like that's what it was. And I kind of think that's where these assassins came from, and what their outfits were and stuff was from the creature, and they got that from him.
I don't know. Like, I have one more. I have a few things that I think are like really cool things that happens, but I have one more thing that I'm still puzzled was what became of the kids in Emery. They fly to that location. I'm assuming like they go to fucking the one planet that they're staying at, but like what ends up happening with them? They're 4 sensitive kids. Like they like I feel like they created a bunch of characters that have no end.
Yeah.
And like I don't know. Like,
I mean, Star Wars loves bringing people back for whatever reasons in other shows and stuff like that. We may get an answer at some point, but as of now, there's just question marks flying.
So basically what you just said though, but like I two really cool cameos that I really loved was the Wolf appearance.
Yeah.
Like that was a really cool appearance to bring back, because you already saw Commander Cody come back. We saw a little bit of that. That was fucking cool. And then like we talked about the Wolf Pack and shit are really cool characters.
Isn't Wolf with Rex in Rebels?
Yeah, which also kind of connects those things too.
Right, which is cool.
Which I would love to see, like we'll never get it, but the bridge of that.
Yeah, we're not.
I think that's too much. I don't know where they would put it.
Yeah, that'd be a weird thing. That would be if they like continued with this, or
yeah, Bad Batch season 4 maybe end with Wolf and Rex getting out of there.
I mean,
but
listen, they like jumped into the future where Omega like went to fought with the rebellion, which in my mind,
rebellion, by the way,
it didn't say.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
if I had to
think
guess,
it has to be Return of the Jedi.
I feel like it has to be Return of the Jedi too, because I feel like Hunter wasn't old looking enough to be the 9th movie, and or he was still alive.
No, he'd be dead. Yeah.
I mean, we have the cameo with the guy in the 6th movie that they claim to be Captain Rex, and like he's old, and it's like I don't think Hunter was even that old, so it's like it has to be the 6th movie. There's no way it's the 9th movie.
The only other thing I had Omega's the rebellion thing with her on it, but the only other thing I had that I thought was like a cool little sneak peek, which is also kind of a theory, is the at the end Tarkin decides to redirect all funds from Tansis to the Stardust program. I'm assuming we're talking about the Death Star.
It is. I looked it up to be 100% sure it is the Death Star.
Which I think that's a cool thing that they added.
Which is also a sad thing in my mind, because it's like, the Bad Batch like won for themselves, right? But at the same time, they got all the funds shifted to the Death Star, and we know what
that just happened quicker.
We know what the Death Star did. So it's like they won for them,
unknowingly, like caused Alderaan to be blown up quicker.
Yeah,
yeah, like, but I don't know, but.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying that. Like, I think it was overall the Bad Batch is a good show. It's a good series. I'm glad we got this season. I feel like it definitely couldn't have ended the way it did. But like, I think it's sad that we see the Bad Batch and Omega like this the last time. Like, we're still left with so many questions about them. Like, I honestly I think it'd have been cool to end with all of them kind of like going out. Like,
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like Omega is a weird character too, because where is she at? Where is she?
I feel like they just live on that planet until she goes to the rebellion.
They keep making these characters that have no end, though.
Yeah,
it's one of the things with Cal Kestis that I'm like, where does he go? Where was he?
Well, we're supposed to get more on that. I
Hopefully.
heard there's a rumor. At least I still think it's a rumor. I'm not sure if it's been official yet, but they're supposed to be making a 3rd game. So obviously, you don't really know that much about the story because you didn't play the games.
I mean, I know enough that it's not ending. It needs an end.
I think Cal's gonna die, if I had to guess. But we're getting off topic for that.
I'd rather them kill than leave us oblivious. But
I mean, we already have question marks anyways, because it's like, all right, you go based on Return of the Jedi. I mean, where's Ahsoka? Where's Cal? Where's everybody at? Like, there's these people that were alive at that, but it's like just Luke. Like, you know what I mean? Like. And I understand everything's made backwards, and they're trying to make stuff to where there's a lot of cool characters and stuff, and but there's just some question marks that hopefully they fill in one day. So overall, like he said, I thought the Bad Batch was really good. I really liked characters, character development. I also really liked too. Crosshair's development was really good. I mean, even Omega, like we did not like Omega when it started. We just thought she was an annoying little kid, and it's like. Her character development, I think, was really good at the end, and really like that. So
we're gonna move on though. We're also gonna be talking about Tales of the Empire. I'm gonna say this quick. This shit was fucking not good.
Yeah.
I did not like.
The trailer gave us all of the good parts,
dude. All
of it,
dude. That is probably like. The trailer was so good, and I'm so disappointed.
So we start off with the first episode. You got Grievous immediately going to attack the Night Sisters on Dathomir, and don't get me wrong, that scene was awesome. Like watching it from a deeper perspective that we don't get from the Clone Wars. We get to see a lot of Grievous.
That's Dathomir.
That's when he kills everybody on Dathomir.
Okay.
Well, we did get that confirmation too. Morgan talked about it. No, I really liked. That scene specifically, I thought it was really cool, really well designed. I also think it's kind of funny, like going based off of that too. You got the video games with Cal, and then you got this now, and then you have like Ventress, and they're all supposedly the last Dathomirian sisters still alive. And there's the 3 of them. It's like they're all alive. How do they not know that they're all alive?
Like we killed all the Jedi, but there's thousands still living.
Yeah, I guess.
But
it's kind of funny. Like there was more people that survived from it. Well, not more because there's not very many, but there's at least 3 that survived it. And it's like, okay, well, But I really like that scene, and then the rest of Morgan's story was
Fucking
like,
complete
I mean,
garbage.
we understand how she ends up with Thrawn and stuff like that, but at the same time, like, I was just like, this is like
so
bored.
pointless.
I was just
Like,
bored.
I literally I wrote notes while watching it, and like I wrote 4 notes for those 3 episodes. That literally the first 3 episodes, or yeah, first 3. I literally Grievous is ruthless.
Yeah.
Which yep. Thrawn is a menace, which is normal, and Morgan's a bitch. Like that's just how it is. We know that. The only thing that I thought was like interesting that we didn't really get anything about was the women that were on Dathomir or wherever they were, the mountain women that had the weird force abilities.
Yeah.
That like saved them. Like
yeah.
They didn't talk about what that was, who they were, or anything. That
Which
was
I think's
that
weird
was pretty
because
cool
like
scene, but
the Night Sisters control that planet, and it's like the men are like slaves on that planet, and then like you would figure all the women would be the sisters, but then you got these other people, and it's like, well, what are these people like? So we got new people that it's like, all right, that's a question mark. But yeah, I mean, I don't think there's much more to say about that. I think it was like the first scene was really good, and then the rest of it was pretty boring.
We needed 1 episode.
Yeah, I mean, that could have been one like little bit longer episode, and it would have been like, all right, here's a Clone Wars episode kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, so I'm gonna start talking about the next part of Tales of the Empire next with Barriss becoming an Inquisitor. I think we try not to talk before these episodes. We used to watch all of Star Wars content together, and I suggested when we started this to start watching it on our own so we could like talk about it here instead of talking about it outside of here and then not have anything to talk about here. But personally, I thought the Barriss stuff turning into Inquisitor was really cool. And it also shows how powerful Barriss actually is. Barriss literally snapped that dude's neck.
So like your notes are way out of mine.
I don't have any notes for this. It's all off the top of my head.
First off, I think probably one of the cooler parts of this was like the very opening part where they show us Order 66 again. I thought that was pretty cool from her jail cell.
Yeah.
Where we kind of see Order 66, and she's honestly like more concerned than what I thought she was gonna be.
Right. So, like you're saying, like I'm kind of jumping around. I know you got notes in order, but I'm sitting here and I'm like, all right, Barriss turned against the Jedi, and she just seems so concerned in such a weird way, and it's just like, I thought you didn't care. Yeah. I thought you thought they were traitors anyways, and then she goes off to be the Inquisitor, and it's like, oh, okay, and then she snaps her. It seems like a friend. She seemed to know who he was.
It was another like fallen Jedi,
right? And then she just was like, oh, let's not fight, and then just snaps his neck. And it's like, oh, okay. Like,
I guess I didn't know how influential the Grand Inquisitor is.
Yeah.
Like obviously he's the Grand Inquisitor for a reason, but like,
I feel like the more
he's still kicking ass. And a question I had was like, with that, you're talking about the snapping the neck scene. Like they do that battle arena basically after they pass their trials. The thing I had with it is like, does that happen for every Inquisitor? Like that's such like it was like an interesting fight the way it goes down.
It might have happened then and there because
they get more Inquisitors. That's why I'm questioning it. They seem like we don't have room for you, but they get like another 5 after that.
Well, they might have had them all already because we don't know what sister Barriss becomes. It doesn't say.
She doesn't.
They say welcome to the sisters, but they don't say which sister she is.
Yeah, but then at the end.
Well, right. So I mean, keep going along with this.
Okay. The one Inquisitor is the guy who's in Tales of the Jedi, and he gets destroyed by Ahsoka. He's gone.
Yeah.
The one is like the second sister.
You know what I think it is, actually? I don't think it was necessarily they didn't have the room for more. I think it was just, this is your final test. And they just said that they don't have room. I think it was just
honestly, that's what I'm saying, though. I think that's how they all kind of got in then.
I mean, maybe. Maybe they, like, get a couple people. They only had 3. The one guy walked out and then got killed immediately. So it's like, all right, well...
Yeah,
but you got chosen to do that. You better stick to it.
I thought the scene was weird too because I felt like Lynn, which is the other Inquisitor, and the Grand Inquisitor kind of had a thing for Barriss, And
Well,
like,
they wanted Barris.
honestly, in that fight scene, I thought that the Grand Inquisitor was choking the other guy, and then it kind of immediately pans to her doing it. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, I think they had an idea of what Barris could be as an Inquisitor, and
They wanted her to turn.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to see if she could, and then
And what's crazy to me is we already talked about it. We're gonna move on a little bit in the story. Is that she was against the Jedi, against this and against that, and then they find the Jedi, and then they didn't kill him, which I thought was weird, because they like walked away from him, and then Barris is like, "We can still save him," and then she's like,
Lynn basically is like
leave him to
even
die.
Before that, Lynn she found out that one guy was lying and fucking ripped that building to shreds.
Oh yeah,
which was crazy. But then, one thing I added too was that the lightsaber fight on the mountain with that random Jedi was actually like a decent lightsaber fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've been kind of lacking that for some points. That was a pretty good fight, and then he kind of like gets ahead of Lynn and knocks her out, and then Barris protects her obviously. But like you said, like Lynn sneak attacks and hits him, and Barris is like, I'm gonna save him.
Right.
So then she
pushes
him off.
What she says before
before
that happens, she's like, then you have to worry about another Jedi. And I'm like, whoa, like you went against the Jedi Order that you tried to frame Ahsoka.
She turned so quickly.
I don't know if I think it's because she's wishy-washy. I almost think it's like she finally is maturing. Because obviously she's really young, especially when she did what she did with Ahsoka. And
she was a Padawan.
Right. And I think she finally matured, which is why she's like, oh, I'm actually good. Because then she goes off and becomes a healer. And
yeah, I'm not gonna lie, like I literally wrote, like, of all people, it's Barris.
Yeah,
I'm so confused. Like
it was confusing because like I think you see Barris and it's like there's no way she could be good. But at the same time, like I said, I feel like she needed to do what she did to mature. Yeah. And she did very well. Like I said, we tried not to talk about this before the episode. I kind of really like the Barris's episodes. I do. I mean,
I feel
don't
like it
get me
been
wrong.
6 episodes of her.
Yeah, I think
and the Inquisitors.
That'd have been way better.
And I don't understand from where we saw Barris last to now. Prison no way changed her that much. I do think
that. And then I do think that, and then everything she went through, because she didn't really seem bad. Like when she was taking the Inquisitor test,
people up.
Yeah, but at the same time, Tyler, she did not want to fight that other guy.
Well, yeah, like,
and then she proceeds to snap his neck.
I'm saying not even from this show to the Clone Wars. I don't know how she got there from the Clone. What we see of her in the Clone Wars is disgusting.
Yeah,
and like, I mean, I guess they're going for that, like, she needs a second chance type thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know.
I really liked it. I liked how they wrapped it up. It was really sad to see Lynn come after the child, and then Lynn ends up killing Barris. That was really sad. Because she also turned Lynn from being
and then we don't get the ending of that either.
I mean, I felt like we were going to get a cliffhanger anyways on that, but I was prepared for that one.
Though?
Yeah, but I was prepared for that one. Like, they're just going to go off and, like, hide from the Empire and stuff, but I don't think we need much more story after that. But I don't know. I thought it was really nice. Sad that she stabbed her, though. She was like, she wanted to take care of her. Hopefully she could live from that.
I think
from
Barris
Lynn's
wanted
perspective.
To die.
I think Barris wanted to die, too. I mean, she did a lot of bad things.
Yeah. Or she thought she deserved to die.
I think she did deserve. I think she thought that she deserved to. And I don't know. I really liked Barris' side of the Tales of the Empire, but overall, as the show for Tales of the Empire, I was very
astronomically worse than Tales of the Jedi.
I was very underwhelmed for an overall aspect. Like I said, the first half was like really bad, and then the second half I think was good, but like I think Tales of the Jedi definitely was better overall.
Yeah, I feel like they could have done way better. But I will say they make Darth Vader didn't speak a word, still a menace.
Oh yeah.
And I wrote this down. I can't even remember what the scene is, but they have a point where Barris says that they've been deceived, and I thought that was really cool. That's kind of like the nerd Star Wars thing of like them saying, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
The "you have been deceived" is like our version of that. So like,
Right.
I think that was really cool. But yeah, overall, like it's a very step down from Tales of the Jedi. I don't know if people like this or not as much. I don't know. I hope they make another Tales of and they keep going. But
I mean,
yeah.
Tales of the Sith is screaming right now.
It's screaming because I don't think it's ever going to get let out of the box.
Oh, no.
I mean, this kind of concludes the episode for today, though. So, yeah, it's been Mind Trick Media. Thank you, everybody.